This is one of the thriving special economic zones that is bringing much needed investments into the country today. In 1995, under the administration of Fidel Ramos, the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or PEZA, was established. It replaced the Export Processing Zone Authority, which developed and managed special economic zones in the country. That same year, Ramos appointed Lilia de Lima, then Chief Operating Officer of the World Trade Center, to be the director of PEZA. That would be a turning point in Lilia de Lima's professional life. It was to be the beginning of a very challenging and rewarding career.
When I first accepted the job, I thought I'd get bored in 1 or 2 years. I thought everything would be de cajon. But as time proved, every day is a challenging day.
The PEZA was meant to boost the country's economy by establishing industrial and commercial complexes with special laws and incentives to attract foreign investors. Director General de Lima would pursue this goal relentlessly. She knew how much work needed to be done. Although known for its good workers, the country was infamous for political instability and its government for corruption and inefficiency. How could they convince foreign investors that doing business in the Philippines was better than doing it in another country? Director General de Lima knew that more than the economic environment, the political environment would be the deal breaker.
I was with DTI before. I have some ideas on what to do. But the first thing that I did was to talk to all the stakeholders, especially the investors. Listen to them, listen to their problems, listen to what makes it difficult for them.
Then she buckled down to work towards creating an attractive environment for investors, one that was graft-free, red tape-free, and highly efficient. To do this, she had to reduce the staff by half.
We retained only 450, and out of this 450, we trained them to be service-oriented, honest and service-oriented. And we've been hiring only as needed. Unlike in other agencies where the bureaucracy is so bloated, here we have a very lean and efficient staff. You know, if it were basketball, we don't have a bench. Everybody is fielded out there.
Absolute honesty, integrity, and efficiency. Nothing less than these was demanded by Director General de Lima from every employee of PEZA.
If there is a personification of passion, that is Lilia de Lima. And I'm not just saying passion. You spell passion when you talk to her, not just with a capital P, but all caps. And in addition to that, I think we should add an adjective, and that is fiery passion. I think that's one trait that really differentiates her from other leaders in government that might have the feel for what is the objective, but if you don't have the heart, the spirit, and the soul into your work, one could not have probably attained what she has attained over the 16 years that she has been with PEZA.
Our company has been invested in several different countries. PEZA Philippines is to be considered the most friendly, well-organized organization that we have been invested. And it's been very friendly, very supportive to our export business.
As a government agency, the PEZA's service is very transparent and quick and very systematic.
Director General de Lima is still running the PEZA. She has been doing it for 16 years now through 4 administrations. All the 4 presidents must have known how valuable her contribution had been to the national economy and wanted her to just keep going. For Director General de Lima has grown the economic zones from 16 to 243 with more than 2,400 investor companies, generating more than 4 million jobs and 1.7 trillion pesos in investments. The growth of PEZA is largely the result of her 2 gifts rarely found in one person: her excellent management skills and visionary leadership. Early on, she made a pivotal policy change that government would no longer establish economic zones. She believed that the government must just provide the right environment for businesses to thrive in and should not compete with the private sector.
And we know that to develop an economic zone, you spend at least, maybe at the very least, 2 billion pesos. So the law mandated us to develop economic zones all over the country. And if we have to develop economic zones all over the country at 2 billion per economic zone, where will we get the money? So we stopped developing economic zones. We encouraged the private sector to do the development of economic zones. And it has proven to be a very successful strategy at no expense to the government.
She also encouraged the creation of IT parks and allowed buildings to operate as IT centers. This had a tremendous effect on the business process outsourcing sector, leading to an upsurge in growth.
That we have to be in constant movement with the times. If we stuck only to manufacturing, we'd be left behind. So now we started registering IT, BPOs, and call centers, etc. since 1999. Then much later, sometime 2005, we started to register also tourism-oriented economic zones, including medical tourism.
Director General de Lima is proud of what she calls the PEZA brand, which has 4 components.
In PEZA, we are a one-stop shop, but many other agencies, both here in the Philippines and abroad, have also one-stop shop. But the next brand or brand of service that we have, only PEZA has. And we'll feel bad if any other agency, both here and all over the world, can beat that service. And that is, we are a non-stop shop. Aside from being a one-stop shop, we are a non-stop shop. So we, in the zones, we have zone managers there and people assisting all the investors. And in the zones, we render service 24/7. And we, in PEZA, here, there's no red tape, only red carpet treatment to our investors. And most importantly in PEZA, there is no corruption.
One could only see that Director General de Lima herself is a non-stop government leader, always on the leading edge, always looking for new and better ways to grow the economy. That could only mean that PEZA would go from strength to strength. But when asked why PEZA has been hugely successful, she points to 3 things only.
From day one, our mantra, our policy here was absolute honesty and integrity and utmost service. That's our formula for success.